No. Ooh. Second gear. Oh my god. Whoa. A little bit happy there. What's happening, guys? I don't know why I say this every single time, but it feels like it's been such a while. I mean, it's been just a little bit over a week now. The reason why I didn't post on the weekend because I recently got married, so yay. But today's video is the similar one to the one I made for the S3, which blew up, which has like 20k views or whatever. It's the ultimate buyer's guide. I've owned this car for 3-4 months now, I think, something along those lines. So I've kind of got to know the car a little bit. Haven't faced any common issues, but I will be talking about the common issues these cars do face, just for your own peace of mind, guys. The people that are upgrading to M140i's, just for you guys practically know really what goes on with these cars. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get to it. So of course, let's start off with the body. M140i, there is a fair amount of difference, not massive differences in terms of the standard 118 M Sport or whatever you want to call it. For example, let's talk about obviously the first indicator to being an M140i, which a lot of people do use. There's not much in terms of the front. There's only so much limited in terms of identifying it if it's an M140i or a 116D. Obviously the 116Ds and 2 litres have lights here as well. Obviously the wheels are a big one. Obviously, as you know, it's an M140i. Obviously the silver ring caps here as well. So there's not much in terms of differences compared to the standard 1 series. I mean, yeah, obviously you've got the twin exhausts, which absolutely sounds bonkers now that I've modified it stage 2 with a GTS startup roll, which I'm going to put in a second. But in terms of the body, very good, honestly. In terms of practicality as well, which we're going to get to a second for sure. But all I can say is the 1 series, the M140i, sorry, definitely a sleeper for sure. That's one thing I cannot deny. Right, so we've got to be realistic. Before I get into the interiors, let's talk about what people actually buy this car for. So you press it twice. Caught me off guard as well. So yeah, so people buy the M140i. Whoa, careful. People buy the M140i all because this monster right here, the B58, probably one of the most famous engines ever built. These cars, sorry, these engines itself are extremely known to take absolute insane power. I'm talking 700 horsepower in a little 3 litre engine, so it's pretty good. I mean, this car has, this engine has really boosted up BMW in terms of the models. Well, especially market. I wouldn't like to say marketing. To be honest with you, this engine does the marketing for itself. People know what these engines are, and let's just say the B58, one of the greatest engines ever. So massive shout out to BMW for that. To be fair, definitely gonna get this coloured for sure. I'm kind of getting bored of the whole black on black kind of thing, but I'm going to fully black this car out. But yeah, so these cars can take huge power on stock intakes, stock charge pipe, but I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to get a nice aluminium one just to kind of give it a bit of a more of a fresh air, let's just say. But honestly, 100%, very economical, insane amount of power comes out of these, and yeah, honestly cannot fault them. There are some common issues which I will talk about now, which is these do suffer from coolant issues. I haven't come across it yet. I'm not sure if it's as common as people say, but there is one common issue which I will talk to you about now. So as you guys know, let's just say, I'm not sure if the camera can see the valve in there. No, there, you can't see it, but the valve is this side. And what one common issue, these rattle really bad, to the point where you just need to get rid of them. I mean, mine's starting to rattle because of the insane map I have on this thing, but it's not as bad, it's not noticeable. But yeah, and please guys, don't judge my car, it does need a good clean. But yeah, for sure, those common issues. But the coolant issues, kind of like the S3 one, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me know in the comment section below if I'm right or wrong. I'm pretty sure, because I have heard a lot of people talk about this coolant issue they are having. But other than that really, but the mainly is the rattling issue they have with the back box. The valves, they rattle like mad, as far as I know. But if there are any other if there's any other common issues you think I've missed, let me know in the comment section. It's definitely helpful for me as well going forward with this car. Right, so let's talk about passengers, people who sit in the back. All right, in terms of space, there is a lot of space actually compared to the CLS. The CLS was like all the way here. Now I've got all that space, as you can see. So I've got quite a lot of space there, which is really good. It's very comfortable in the back. I've never actually properly sat in the back. Hold on, sit in the back. Oh, right. Ew. Oh shit. Right, so sitting in the back as a passenger, yeah, very comfortable, surprisingly, for being leather. Usually some newer cars with leather seats aren't as comfortable, because I don't think the leather seats does take a while to settle in, but surprisingly quite comfortable. A lot of space, as you can see. My bottle, hand sanitizer, COVID free, as you know. Obviously you've got heating and all that good stuff. My favourite, of course, there's literally next to fuck all space in here, but I don't think anybody would be even using that. My hand's stuck in there now, which is not great. But in terms of practicality and space and all that good stuff, definitely ignore my high vis. But yeah, definitely, yeah, it's a decent amount of space for a 1 Series. It's definitely got a lot of space. Quite surprised actually. Like I said, this is the first time sitting in the back of my own car. It's a little bit weird, but in terms of practicality, yeah. Now I'll show you the boot, which is what people need. I know, to be honest with you, people who buy M140i's, I don't really think they give a shit about practicality, to be fully honest with you. I'll show you the boot now. Right, so of course, as you guys know, the boot. Oh my god. Yeah, I definitely need to give it a clean. But in terms of practicality, it's alright. I reckon probably 2 big suitcases, 3 average size suitcases. I'd probably say, yeah, with the seats down obviously more, but I don't think I'll be doing that. But yeah, in terms of boot sizes, I need to get rid of all this crap in the back. Right, so the main bit, let's talk about the driver's perspective of things. Starting off, of course, as you know, you've got a really nice steering wheel. It's actually a genuinely very nice steering wheel. I am going to get it changed, of course. I don't know when or where from, but I will do a little bit of research in terms of where. Bigger paddles for sure. To be fair, actually, no, I take that back. I'm not going to be changing these paddles. I think these paddles are actually decent size compared to the S3 ones are so small. Yeah, it wasn't exactly great. In terms of space, practicality, got quite a lot here. You've got auxiliary port, there's a cable there as well. You can charge your phone and all that good stuff. A lot of space. I know, please don't judge me on this, but I am going to be keeping this thing for a while. It's like my favourite thing. So in terms of practicality, you've got loads of space here, loads of space here. Here, as a driver, you'd know, obviously you stash things in your car and all that good stuff, like your phone and glasses or whatever. So you've got quite a lot here, and it's very good actually compared to the back, which is absolutely crap. This one's actually decent. There's more space, more things you can put in there, which is definitely a good thing for sure. So now we're going to go on to the entertainment system, or whatever, the equivalent MMI. Oh, honestly guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't like this system as much. I mean, the only favourite thing I have, let's see if the camera picks it up. I know it doesn't, but sports display is probably the only thing that I actually keep on here, and that's probably the only thing. In terms of the usability, it's very, very basic. It's not what I expected compared to the MMI, so the Audi one. Sorry, this is the iDrive and the MMI for Audi. Audi one is a million times better, and I will put my hand on heart for that and say it's so much better. This is so simple and basic. This is definitely going for a fact. I've seen a lot of people change these to the Android ones, which I am going to be doing very, very soon. This one is just boring. I don't know what BMW were thinking, but honestly, it is so boring. But to be fair with you, there is a lot you can do. Like you can see, like onboard computer, trip computer, vehicle status, sports display. You can do all that cool stuff. And also, of course, the controls are here. Very easy to use, because when I'm driving, I can put my hand like this and easy use it. But to be honest with you, if you want my honest opinion, it's boring. It is so boring. There's nothing fancy about it. Like the Audi one used to pop up. It did something. This is just boring. That's probably why I'm going to get rid of it. But to be honest with you, it's a good system, don't get me wrong, but just very boring. The layout is total crap. But in general, honestly, very, very good in terms of interior. Obviously, like I said, nice leather seats here. Enough space-ish. I wouldn't exactly say the most spacious thing, but spacious-ish. And yeah, that's it, to be honest with you. Right, so before we get onto the driving bit, there's one modification. As you guys know, I'm running stage 2. There's one modification I highly, highly recommend, which is deleting the cold start. So these cold start every time you start it, delete it, replace it with the GTS startup rule, which is what I'm going to show you now. Right, so basically, to maximize the noise, I put it in Sport Plus. Listen to the GTS startup rule when I start it. I'm not sure if it'll catch it too much, but it's loud though. Yeah. so getting on to the last bit, which is of course the driving. The first thing you notice the minute you first step in a car with a B58 engine is how bloody smooth this engine is without being tuned or whatever. The minute you put it in gear, it just glides. If you're driving like a civil person, which in very rare cases I do, it's definitely smooth for sure. I mean, this engine is very reputable in terms of being reliable, but yet a very good engine, and there's absolutely no way I'm going anywhere. I mean, listen to that. No pops and bangs, no nothing. No? Oh. Right. Second gear. Oh my god. Wait. No. Ooh. Yeah. I'm definitely getting arrested for that. For sure. Now let's skip this bit actually. So I think that's probably why my exhaust valve has probably gone rest in peace, because of how aggressive the map I've put on this car is. I mean, it's not the best thing apart, it's not chucking massive amounts of fuel in there, which is awesome, but it's definitely quick for sure. So the B58 stock, I believe they come in 340 horsepower, which is enough. It is enough for some people, a very small minority of people like myself who absolutely love huge power, huge gains, and of course a shitload of fun. Is 400 horsepower minimum. That's the bare minimum that I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. If I'm ever going to own a car, it needs to be 400 horsepower minimum. And on a stage one, this can take 430, 400, I would, to be honest with you, max 420 to 430 horsepower on a stage one, on a decent stage one. There's a lot of people who claim figures which are not true, but you think about it, for stage one, that extra 100 on horsepower, go on, you can go, that extra 100 on horsepower is pretty good if you think about it. Reliability wise, absolutely amazing. On a stage one, it will make absolutely fuck all difference to the reliability, because people know these engines are amazing. They're amazing in every aspect, and they definitely talk for themselves. The marketing for these cars is not great, but I don't think it needs much marketing, because like I said, these engines talk for themselves. The power capabilities on stock internals can take up to 700 horsepower. I know someone with a little bit more than 700 horsepower. He's currently on 720 horsepower, I believe. But if you listen, no, maybe not. I was gonna put it in sport, but maybe not such of a good idea. Oh, my bad. Lady's telling me to slow down. I'm going 30 miles an hour, man. But yeah, so in terms of the driving, it's amazing. It's so smooth. It feels like it's driving on clouds. But there is one thing I recommend to everybody buying this car: the gearbox. And I'll talk about the gearbox now. So these gearboxes, ZF8 gearboxes, are amazing. Oh, when I mean amazing, they're amazing. They constantly self-adapt, which is awesome. I love that. They relearn your driving, everything. You can reset it and all that good stuff. But they are very, very sluggish. And that's something I will tell you to look out for. These gearboxes are disgustingly sluggish. You get at a roundabout, for example, and you put your foot down, the car's like, what do I do? What do I do? And then it just, after about 3 seconds, then it goes like, oh, okay, now I need to go. Okay, what the f are you doing? These gearboxes are fucking totally sluggish. When I first bought it, I knew this car was modified in some sense, and I was right. 420 horsepower from a stage one, which is quite good actually. And I also found out who it was tuned by, which kind of explains a lot. But we're going to skip this bit because there's so much traffic and I don't want to be sitting down and talking because it's a little bit boring. Right, as I was saying, yeah, these gearboxes are insanely sluggish. Highly recommend getting a flash tune on it. XHP is definitely the people you want to go to. You can tune it all from your phone, which is really good. And listen to that. Oh God. One thing I will say, and this one thing every person has to look out for when you're buying a car with a B58, old people will hate you. They will honestly hate you, because these cars sound fucking awesome. I mean, wait, hold on. Fucking awesome. Oh, I don't know what I was doing there, but yeah, these cars sound fucking awesome. But guys, in terms of reliability and all that good stuff, I highly recommend, if someone has the money to afford a 3 litre, to be honest with you, finishing off with the engine, not that juicy at all. Whoa, a little bit happy there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, so I'm averaging 25 miles per gallon on the motorway. That's the sun usually filming during here. But yeah, so the fuel wise, not that bad. 25 miles per gallon, which is very, very reasonable for a let's say twin scroll inline-6 engine with a shitload of horsepower. Very good on fuel, actually. I can vouch for that. Sometimes I do drive like a maniac, but that's just me. But yeah, definitely highly recommend this car for sure. If I could rate it out of 10, a good solid, I'd say a good solid 8 for sure. Can't go wrong. Oh, there's a nice Brabus smart car behind me. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this guy is actually very informal, and I really do hope this video does blow up like the last one I did for the S3, which was very useful actually. Even I found it quite useful. I did get a lot of DMs. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned. Of course, as you know me, I try to post every single week, keep it consistent. And all I'm going to say is, guys, please share. I want to blow my channel up, because as you guys know, I want to take this stuff full time, and we are getting there very, very slowly. So hopefully soon I should be getting some modifications arriving to my door. Yeah, please don't tell my wife. But hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned and subscribe.